Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to English Trade. This is just a little run through of the trade today. So today, once again, it was another great trade on gold. A signal was put in earlier today. I hope everyone accessed that and made some money off the trade today because it absolutely flew. We had three take profits that were all smashed today. I just wanted to go through it a little bit with you guys. So earlier today, I posted a little lesson on supply and demand. And this is a key indication of why supply and demand can be very key. You don't have to fully rely on these strategies, just use them against each other. And when they all align, that's when we know that is a key trade to take. And it's very, in a sense, very strong, very a strong momentum. So as you can see on the charts today, we'll go through it. So as the last video has explained, you want to go into the markets and the higher time frames. As you can see, we're in the 4 hour time frame, and you will just want to. These are things that you should practice before putting any money into it. I've said this to a lot of people before. Just practice the things that I'm teaching. They're very basic, but these little basic things can make you go on the market quickly and analyze the charts up with a click of a finger. And these will come to you. These things will come to you over time. And this is why I express it enough to you guys that you have to be consistent with your trades. Have to be consistent with the content that you're getting taught. You have to sit there. You have to write it out. You have to go through it. It's a bit like anything, but with trading, it's very key. Sorry about that. As you can see on the markets now, we're in a clear uptrend. We're in a very clear uptrend. In the higher time frames, as stated before, the higher time frames are more consistent, much stronger basis for us to look at. So always go into the higher time frames and work your way down. This is where you want to mark up your key levels. So as you can see, there's a key level up here that has been touched multiple times, and every time it has come up to it, it has rejected, except from this. And this is what we would call a breakout. So it's come back up and it's tested it. It shot past it, which has took out all the liquidity that's sitting at the top there. And as you can see, a lot of selling pressure has come down from that because it has swept the market. We've come back down and tested. So today, when I got into the market, I thought, let's use the same levels that we used previously, but let's see how the market's reacting to our key levels. Because as we said, the higher time frames mark up the key levels. When it gets to the key level, that's where we can look for a key entry. So in the 4 hour time frame on the market, I saw last time we got up to this key level at the top, the supply zone, there was so much selling pressure. And when there's a lot of selling pressure, it means it takes out all the buyers. But at some point, the sellers have got to lose momentum. And when the sellers lose momentum at a key level, that's where we look for a reversal and see when the market is technically still going up, because in the higher time frame, we're still going in an uptrend. There's just been a little pullback, and that's why we keep looking. Then we would go down into the 1 hour, and this is where I looked to take my entry. So when you want to look for entries, you want to enter on the 1 hour, the 30 minute, or the 15. If you're trying to get that sniper entry, you want to go to the 5. But I don't really take entries on the 5 because it's not as consistent as the higher time frames. So I went into the 15. I saw how it was reacting, but it wasn't aligning with my tick boxes that I follow through before entering a trade. So I went into the 1 hour. And earlier today, I saw in the 1 hour that we're going down to a key level of liquidity, but it's rejecting it. And what happens with liquidity is that you can get a false breakout, which is called a liquidity sweep. And we got a lesson dropping tomorrow or the day after about smart money concepts. So I'll go into that a lot more. But with this is we've come down, tested the level of liquidity, we've swept it, and that's where we've seen a positive green candle which engulfs the previous selling candle, which means now the buyers are back in the market and they're ready to push the market back up to another key level. And this is where I noticed that it was rejecting below the level of liquidity, and I waited for the buyers to come in before entering the trade. I always like to work off some trend lines as well. You can't fully rely on these things. That's why I'm trying to say some of the things you learn, you use together. It's like a building block. You put them together to see if the trade is going to go in the way that you want it to. So as you can see, I marked up a trend line from the bottom low down here all the way there because it's respecting it in an uptrend within the last week or so. So you mark it from the top to downwards and from the bottom upwards. As you can see, it's respecting it into a funnel. So it's come down here, and I have now seen that it is still respecting the uptrend overall in the day chart. But in the last week, we are still technically in an uptrend. As you can see, it's respecting every marker in this uptrend trend line. So once it swept this level of liquidity at this key level that I've marked up here, I waited for the market to react and see what the sellers and buyers were going to do. And once the sellers come in and the next hour candle started and there was so much buying pressure, I thought all of my things are ticking boxes. And that's what I was trying to say to you. You should have a tick box. And we'll go through that further we get on through your trading progress, your trading career. And I thought, and this is where, because I have been learning now for a couple of years, I understand little things that happen in the market. And this is what I'm trying to teach to you guys. And it will happen over time. Nothing will come straight away. This is where I put a signal into the chat earlier. As you'll see if you swipe back into the chat, for a buy, because we're still respecting the trend. It's a false breakout of liquidity, which means the buyers are coming back into the market to push it back up to another key level. As you can see, it's respecting the levels. We set 3 take profits on this one, so we set one around the 10 mark, which is just below here, just in case we can take a quick bit of profit in case the market wanted to reverse. But once it broke past this first TP, it indicated to us that the market was still going to go up. And then as you can see from the trade for today, all 3 take profits have been hit. As you can see, it went up to 2024 today. That broke our take profits. So today was a very successful day. Make sure you're using all the content and making notes that I'm giving you, because it's so key. It's so key to sit there and revise what you're learning. It's good to have it on paper form, or you can write it on your notes or whatever, as long as you have something to go back to, because we do get to a point where you forget some of the information taught. I've been there, and it's not a nice feeling, because in the moment you feel like you've learned it, but then a week later you've forgotten little things, and these little things are very key. So this is why I make sure, jot notes, make notes of what you're learning today and over the next couple of weeks, because this is the only way you're going to progress in your trading career. As you can see today, it's a very good trade, but not every day is like that. You've got to realize trading is just as volatile. So you can lose money just as much as you can make money. And this is why I don't want you to lose out on the markets. But I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day and rest of your evening. I hope this has cleared up some more of why I took the trade today. And yeah, follow for more content. I'm here whenever you need. Drop me a message, inbox. I'm here to help. Let's get it.